we're about to get a third one, right?
Yeah, fourth one actually.
Fourth one, sorry,
Yeah,
we're about to get a fourth one.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Well, it's been a few years.
Yeah.
Why now?
Why now? Well, I'm always making music, you know. So, and there's songs on this new album that are really important to me, and I feel show me in a different light perhaps people may not have expected. And I feel that's the first time I've really had complete artistic control to do what I feel and how say what I want to say in the way I want to. So
sorry to interrupt you there, but why is that?
Well, it's the first time I've kind of made everything in my own home studio, you know, which is, you know, I'm grateful. I've always had places to go and make music in, but it makes such a difference when you're kind of in your own territory. You know what's available, you know how. It allowed me to produce a lot more. It allowed me a lot more ownership of what was being made. Having my family around, I was more relaxed. You know, you're not kind of watching the clock and under pressure to make something.
Is that a way you felt when you were working with labels then, or?
Sometimes, I mean, you always you know, if they send you to LA to work with this amazing producer, you know that that's not cheap. You know that, okay, you've got...
Sounds like a dream, though.
It is a dream, but then you're like, when you get there, you're like, okay, we've got 3 days.
Yeah.
You know, even just the flights alone, you better come up with something that's pretty good. So, yeah, you've always kind of thinking someone else is paying for this.
100.
And in that sense, you always kind of owe them in a sense. They're waiting to hear. And if you don't, then it's, you know, you're wasting time, wasting money and all the rest of it. So it was nice, especially these past couple of years, to slow down a bit and just fall back in love with just making music. I wasn't necessarily trying to make an album, I thought, because when lockdown came, it was all at the same time, this big kind of like restart for me, because I'd left the label I'd been with for 10 years.
Yeah.
I'd left the management I'd been with for years. Like everything happened all at the same time at the same publishing company. So it was the first time that I was just me, just a woman. You know what I mean?
Did you feel vulnerable?
A little bit, because it was daunting, but at the same time I was like, there was more of a, okay, if I want to do this, I can continue, but if I want to do something else now, I don't and you know, there's nothing that I need to kind of get out of or explain to anybody. So it was nice just to be like, what am I going to do with my life? You know, let's see.
Amazing. And then so obviously you started making new music, and then you've recently dropped 2 singles.
Yes.
So the first one was Family, and that was your comeback sort of thing, and that was the video, which was great, and you were dancing in it. And, you know, we haven't really seen that side before. Talk to me about that record.
Yeah, Family, that was one that was kind of made in the middle of last year, and I was working with a producer called Henry Davies. And I love working with him because, again, as it was with Naughty Boy, we just had this super cool chemistry. He was open to anything. He wanted to be as left field as possible. So did I. So there were just no rules. There's no one there to tell us not to do it. So I think we're just like 2 kids like, why don't we try this? And because he's also an engineer, he knew all the different things you can do and all the different sounds we could create. So yeah, Family was just, it came from just having fun making music, really. And then...
that must feel so good. That must take you back when you were doing those shows, right? And,
oh yeah, exactly. It was just like, oh, wicked, we can do anything. And I had nobody to answer to. And luckily my management were like, actually, we really like this. And then, then it became the first single. And I wanted it to be the first single because I think lyrically it kind of, you know, it said a lot. You know, I needed to go away to meditate and this and that. And it's the message that I want most of my music to kind of, I want it to be uplifting to people.
Yeah, 100%.